We are with Matt Brooks, the CEO of the Republican Jewish Coalition. Matt, I think one of the things we've discussed is the what, that more Jews are supporting Donald Trump than historically they've ever supported the Republican. Let's get to the issue of why. Is it what Donald Trump has done positively? Is it what Kamala Harris represents on a negative level? What's driving it?
So I think it's a couple of, and that's a great question, Governor. I think you have to look at it in a couple different ways. First of all, I think our base supporters, the people who are passionate about Donald Trump, do so because they know that he was the most pro-Israel president ever in history. They know that President Trump, unlike Kamala Harris, has in the past and will continue to ensure that Iran is weakened and does not have the capability to project terror around the world. They know that under Donald Trump, when he was president, the world was not in chaos and spiraling out of control like it is today. They know the economy was good and our borders were closed. And so that is what's motivating a lot of our base of support. But then you look to the people who were trying to win over, to bring over to the side. And I think it's a combination. I think it's the fear and the uncertainty of being Jewish in America today that has people worried. I think it's the concern about watching what's happened in a post-October 7th environment with Israel and the threats and challenges that Israel's face, and the growing realization that the fight that Israel is fighting, whether it be with Hamas, whether it be with the Houthis, whether it be with Hezbollah, all stems from Iran. And it's only a matter of time before Iran uses those forces to come and try and destroy America, so that they see in Israel the same fight and the same enemies that we have. Those are the people that we're trying to bring over. And what we're doing is not so much trying to convince them to like Donald Trump. It's trying to paint a picture to them as to why Kamala Harris is so wrong and would be such a disaster on this core set of issues.
You know, our audience, Matt, tends to be very, very pro-Israel. I would say
Yep.
I would probably in the high 90% of our viewing audience is very much supportive of the state of Israel and the Jewish people. And so for all of those voters, this ought to be a pretty easy choice, because there is one side, and I'm watching some of the things that Joe Biden is saying, that Anthony Blinken is saying, that even Kamala Harris is saying, that they're putting more pressure on Israel to back away than they're putting pressure on Iran to stop the funding and the actual assault against innocent Jewish civilians. Is that a factor? Do people look at this and say, wait a minute, these people, they're not on the side of civilization when they're supporting Hamas and Hezbollah, the Houthis, and the funders, the Iranians?
Oh, I think it definitely is, Governor. And I think, you have to have your head in the sand or living under a rock to not realize that what Israel is doing in terms of the heroic actions they've taken, whether it's the incident with the pagers, with all the Hezbollah terrorists in Lebanon, the killing of Sinwar, the killing of Hania, decapitating the leadership of Hezbollah and Hamas, and as we see the reports coming out about a escalatory strike against Iran, this is all stuff that America should be doing. And in the absence of that, rather than criticizing Israel, we should be praising Israel. We should give them whatever resources they need or want. And we should be grateful, as the entire Western world should be saying every day thank you to Prime Minister Netanyahu and the Israelis for dealing with a problem which, quite frankly, we should, had we had the courage and the resolve to do so, be doing ourselves or in direct partnership with the Israelis rather than trying to rein them in.
You know, the economy is uncertain. You never know whether your money's worth as much today as it was yesterday. It's one of the reasons I buy gold from American Hartford Gold. American Hartford Gold has earned a 5-star rating and an A+ from the Better Business Bureau. Be sure to tell them Mike Huckabee sent you. They'll give you up to $15,000 of free silver on your first qualifying order. Call 844-417-1010 or text Mike to 998899. You'll be glad you did business with American Hartford Gold. Are you seeing an uptick in support for the Republican-Jewish coalition among Jewish voters, Jewish constituency, who realize that there aren't a lot of friends right now politically of the Jewish people, but Republicans
Yeah.
are very much the friends of the Jewish people in the state of Israel?
Yeah, it's a sad fact. I say it all the time. It's the world is a much more dangerous place. Israel is much more threatened and at risk. The Democratic Party is moving rapidly away from Israel and the American Jewish community, and all that is awful. The sad reality is it's also really good for business for us, and we have been growing at a rate that I never thought I would see. People are coming out of the woodworks. People are fired up. They're engaged. They're passionate. They want to be involved. They want to make a difference. They know what's at stake. And so we will end this year with our best year ever. And we have incredibly ambitious growth plans for the future and working to capitalize on what's taking place, not just, with a finish line being on November 5th, but to build on the gains and the inroads and the increased support that we've been getting from people who have either left the Democratic Party or who feel the Democratic Party has left them. We want to make it clear to them that they have a home, not just in the Republican Jewish coalition, but in the Republican Party as a whole.
What a shame. Well, we hope voters will take that into consideration. Matt Brooks, President and CEO of the Republican Jewish Coalition, thank you for joining us today. It's been a pleasure.